I know this has got to be the day to throw up on, but not physically do the action there, but just verbally. Because try this one. In the elections that we just had, well, right now it's 4:45 in the morning, West Coast time. It's still the 7th of March, 2024. The Weaver John City of Roseman, California, losing his freaking mind about normal. So, the election that we had a couple of days ago, North Carolina was going through their own elections regarding governor. One of the governors happens to be a Republican. There's a lot of news happening about this particular creepazoid. Mark Robinson, I think the guy's name is. This guy has been picked up by the independents out there, and he's losing it. And then the independents are going after the corporate media at this point over here and having a field day because they're trying to figure out things out. And all I see is their chop shop, what they've got, but they don't look at the full index. One thing I never liked about the independents at this point over here, they never get the full index of what the hell they're talking about. They'll try to say something about it, but they're doing the copy and paste. Little chunk here, little chunk there, little chunk there. Let's see if you get pissed off and riled about it because we want you to get riled about it. So I have to call these guys on it. Am I an independent? I'm an observer. I'm observing too much of this damn crap. Not to mention the zeros and ones algorithms out there regarding YouTube and Google are still driving me crazy with every time I look at something political or non-political, they got to track me left and right on this crap. So I'm listening to some of the arguments concerning about a governor out in North Carolina who wants things his way, and they'll throw people under the bus. Not to mention women under the bus. No, no, they're not going to throw them under the bus. Throw them back into the dark ages. You're going to stay here and be our woman. Otherwise, this particular caveman is going to be a caveman out there. He's got to be the caveman, and you're just going to be there, pumping out the kids, cooking the food, and that's about it. The Republican that they got this guy pegged seems to be worse than a maggot. There was a news article out there I came across, and this guy was a real schmuck out there in the first place. I don't know what the hell this guy's major malfunction was in the first place. I mean, I was doing most of the research on my phone. I guess some of the stuff wasn't being translated enough on this one. Hold on, I gotta find this thing out. It just never ceases to amaze me. We get all these freaking morons out there to scare the hell out of me. No, not scared. Piss me off even further. Yeah, let's check the history on this damn thing. Yeah. I'm waiting. There we go. History. Alright, get up there. Let's see what we got. John MacArthur latest sermon. Oh, that's not it. Oregon sleepover. I guess I did miss that one, didn't I? Grace Community dealing with that crap. Was there an insane asylum? I guess I was really missing some stuff over here. Let me see something. Uh oh, I did save it last night. I didn't think I really did. Mark Robinson, the North Carolina GOP nominee for governor, is off the rails even by MAGA standards, according to Vox.com. And they wrote up an article concerning about this lunatic anyway. And according to the article, he's worse than a Trumper. The gist of the article is basically he doesn't believe in anything but himself. Apparently, he's got that massive ego. Maybe he is a Trumper. I don't know. Trumper wants to kiss people's ass, but he wants everyone else to like him because he's a populist and he wants to have that adoration. This guy, I don't know what his major malfunction is, but this lunatic, he won the GOP nomination. I don't even know how the hell he did this one. According to the article, he's an extreme right winger. Uh, who has done, according to the, I'm going to paraphrase this, or close to it as much as I can. he threw out slurs, hateful remarks, and every crap concerning about Michelle Obama to the survivors of the Parkland shooting. You remember, within the past couple of decades, we've had a lot of shootings happening. One of which was in a high school, Parkland, in Florida. There was a hell of a lot of massacre happening in that place, and the students were frightened like crazy that they're getting sick and tired of all the damn gun shootings left and right. That they decided to take their action, turn it into a political cause, and sent one of the representatives over the Congress, federal government, to complain in a hearing. And the woman that was chasing after this kid, haranguing him, is one of the same lunatics that keeps getting herself into the limelight. The same blonde twitzel. She is a twitzel. The independents are going after her left and right. There's one guy just laughing his ass off at her on a constant basis. I don't blame him. She's a joke, even by their own standards. Whoever voted this twit in. That's why I kept saying in my other videos, I blame the voters, because if they're not well educated and they're accepting conspiracy theories left and right, they get what they get what they voted in, which is crap anyway. But getting back to this other lunatic, according to the article, he's called the LGBTQ community filth. He's threatened to use his AR-15 against the governor if it gets too big for its britches. I'm sorry, not the governor, government. Slipping a slur on this one. Apologies. And he wants to outlaw all abortions, as well as return to a time when women couldn't vote. Also ridiculed the Me Too movement, women generally, and eliminate change. He's also a Holocaust denier and has a history of anti-Semitic remarks. He said the 1969 moon landing had been a fake and the 9/11 was an inside job. The music industry is run by Satan, and that billionaire Democratic George Soros, again, Democratic donor, orchestrated the Boko Haram kidnappings of schoolgirls in 2014. And this is what the GOP in North Carolina had voted in for a candidate for governor. It's bad enough we got DeSantis in Florida getting his ass chewed up by court systems because of his own damn rulings. But now we get this lunatic coming in. And he's the current lieutenant governor. He's not the governor. He's running for the governor's spot because the governor himself is termed out. He's leaving. So now this guy wants the job. I want the job. Are we having fun here with our politics these days? We got lunatics coming out there. It's no wonder I keep blaming the people, and I'll still blame the people. Democracy is one of the hardest damn things for us to understand, because we need to have faith and trust in a schmuck is trying to sell us a con job at this point over here. Whether or not, if he's going to be doing a good job or not, that's up for us to decide. But even if we have the decision and the option to decide about this damn thing, we have an issue over it, because each state has its own limitations on whether or not if they can eliminate the gubernatorial or not, or if they can change the votings for other candidates in there. They have the power to change their own states into whatever format they can for functionality. That includes electing people left and right, or getting rid of them one way or another, as in recall elections. In California, we have them. We have a recall, a functionality. If a governor has not performed up to the people's satisfactions, they've got to get a ballot out there going. They have a time limit, and they have a number limit of how many people they can get. There's usually a certain number out there, maybe about 100,000 or like that. But once they get it, once they cross that threshold of how many people that don't want a governor in office in the state of California, once they get that magic number, they can go over to the Secretary of State and say, I want this as a special ballot initiative. Okay, you met the criteria. It's within a certain time period. You got the numbers. Okay, we'll have the special election on this certain day. Cool. So that particular governor, who actually pissed off a hell of a lot of people, for whatever reason, can be taken out. A couple of times in my lifetime, I'd seen this action taking place. We had Lieutenant Gray Davis, who had taken over the job from, what was it, Pete? Governor Pete? I gotta get the. Yeah, give me a second. I gotta get a history going on here. Uh, okay, we need. Alright, let's do some searching on this damn shit. I need the election history. Government politics. Government of California. I need to get the history. State agencies. Independence. Judicial branch. Valuations. Local governments. Elections in California. Let's get into there. Alrighty. What I'm looking for right now is how many governors we had. Okay, I need electoral history on this damn thing. Local parties, no, I need electoral history. Electoral history of Jerry Brown, Gavin Newsom, Reagan, elections in the United States, elections reform California, ballot proposals list of California governors. I think that works. There we go. There we go. Alright. Okay, so if I'm going to be going back in time on this one, we had a hell of a lot of people in this one. Okay, so I'm trying to remember the governors of my lifetime that I can barely remember. We had Jerry Brown from 74, from 75 to 83. Then we had Duke Majan, and people were having a conniption fit over this Republican because we thought he was a lousy government in that. 83 to 91. Pete Wilson, another Republican that we hated. Other people thought we were going crazy, but our economy tanked in those days. Back in 91 through 99, 8-year term limit. After Wilson, I was trying to remember this. It wasn't Jerry Brown because I blanked out on. There was a lot of rotten names to say about George Duke Majan and Pete Wilson. Believe me, I was hearing that a great deal. People didn't like the economy except for the damn Republicans, and I don't know what the hell their major malfunction was. I kept seeing his jobs being disappeared left and right. The prices kept going high rocking. And then these other tax things happening, screwing people over left and right. What is it with the Republicans? They want more everything from people. Gray Davis came in and tried to stabilize the state's economy. But the Republican Party said, no, we still want more control over California, so we're going to put in a populist. And what did it do? Arnold Schwarzenegger decided he wanted to take a run at it. Now, since he was foreign born, but adopted California, and he held two citizenships, both from his country, Austria, and United States. Technically, he could be a state governor and run it like crazy, or be in the Senate, or be in the or House of Representatives. But the one thing, according to the Constitution, he could never get into, unless, of course, we had an amendment that changed all that. He became our governor as a populist. Other people liked him because of his popularity, and the rest of the people were scratching their heads, wondering why this guy was in office. He termed out from 2003 through 2011. After that, we had Jerry Brown and his lunacy again, wanting clean energy, a high-speed rail project that Gavin Newsom took over. And Gavin Newsom is up for about a second recall election. Jerry Brown came in because people voted him in office. But as I said before, Schwarzenegger came in because this was during a recall election that somehow people got pissed off about Gray Davis for something. And I couldn't find out the reason what the hell the controversy was in the first place. What the hell was wrong with Gray Davis? And I couldn't understand it. But, no, he was in there. And he got recalled. And it kind of sucked. He was lieutenant governor until he became governor. Populist in itself. But somehow there was things happening in there that people didn't like about him. I'll have to go through his background and just want to understand the reason why. But Gavin Newsom is also big on spending. He also was the governor to help California, if you want to look at one particular viewpoint or not, concerning about that biological terror that terrorized the entire globe. And yes, things were shut down, and yes, he was kind of taking advantage of it. That's why people are trying to do the recall election. Say, he took advantage, he took advantage, he did this, he shut us down, he did, and having conniption fits left and right. Not to mention, he was trying to avoid more people getting sick, being put into the damn hospital to die. Since we had an epidemic, or actually a pandemic going on, he was struggling like crazy trying to take care of us. I'll I'll go for the bat on that particular issue concerning about COVID. It was rotten, but he got us through it, the damn thing. But we still have the high prices of food, of rental, lack of places to go to, lack of new uh, lack of new jobs, even though we kept trying to promise the damn thing. The high-speed rail in itself is mechanics, a mechanical, if you call it a nightmare, is one thing. But it's supposed to be high-speed transportation between Sacramento and Los Angeles, and maybe all the way through San Diego. He's figured that, and so did Jerry Brown, that we have high-speed in Europe and in Asia. Why not in California? Why not in the United States? Took them a hell of a long while to get these kind of transportations going on, including how Japan is dealing with theirs. How, if you happen to look at the nation of Japan on a map, how many islands they've got, they call that is the Japanese territory. And then you look at Europe, and that they use rail a great deal in Europe. Do we use rail a great deal? Not that much. We have our transportation. Amtrak still gets its funding from Congress, and Congress keeps screwing that up left and right. So we hadn't had that much improvement with the services or anything else regarding Amtrak. I always blame Congress on that one because these guys don't know their ass from a hot rock. But having high speed going between, how about Los Angeles and Vegas? How long is it? 5 or 6 hour drive from LA traffic all the way to Vegas traffic. And you got to go through that desert region there. So we either do the buses, which depends upon the damn traffic in the first place, going on these tour buses there. So if you get on a bus, say about 6 o'clock in the morning, and you got to travel through the deserts, stop for gas and fueling, restroom break, and then proceed over to Vegas. High speed rail, 2 hours maybe. There. Amtrak, about 4 or 5 hours. Plane, well, maybe about a half hour to an hour. Hell, it takes about half an hour between LA and San Francisco to do the math on that one. But they want the high speed. And the high speed is going to go through Antelope Valley. It's going to be heading through the mountains of Central Valley. It's going to hit the Tehachapi area through it and it's proposed to go through Roseman, the extreme edges of it, heading all the way over to Lancaster, where we have the Union State, where we have our own Union Station over there. But they want to get rid of Gavin Newsom because of the damn high speed shit and other things. So now they're trying to get the votes going on to vote his ass out. He's going to term out. I mean, he is going to term out. They don't want him termed out. They want to get rid of him. They want to put some other schmuck in there, and they haven't said which schmuck they want to get. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a few guys I know of offhand who tried to go through the governorship and failed at it because it's not exactly name recognition. These guys weren't qualified to be governor. Schwarzenegger wasn't qualified to be governor. He had to learn on a damn job. He's basically an actor. It's like putting him back Ronald Reagan in there. If he was still alive. Suffering through... No. During that time, he wasn't suffering through Alzheimer's during that time. No, but it was an actor that people wanted because he was an actor they recognized. And thought he would be a great governor. Yeah, until the mental health places started shutting down left and right. No wonder we got crazy people all over the damn place that we just are having issues trying to take care of. We just got a ballot initiative barely passed this particular election cycle, this during the primary, to put up bond measures to have facilities to take care of the mental health. And the other half of the people who didn't want it says, not in my backyard, not out of my pocketbook. We got to take care of these people. Yeah, they're sick. They got to be put in hospitals, but not out of my damn pocketbook. How dare you? Well, where else is the money coming from? I don't give a shit. Get it out of the shoulders. He's wokeism, you know. He's democratic. But I don't want him in my backyard. Hey, they're in your house. No, they're not. I don't see them. They're not here. What are you talking about? You're trying to be funny here. You're trying to be funny here. You're trying to scare the hell out of me. I'm already scared and terrified as it is. I'm a native in this what's the name of this state again? California. Is that what it is? Ooh. You can have this damn dopey state here. I don't like this, friend. You people are too crazy. You believe in wokeism. Wokeism. Woo! I hate doing characterizations like that. Scared the shit out of me. Get landlocked in these damn things and really become crazy enough. Hell, I even tried to do that on my own therapist. I freaked her out. Having a little fun about that one, but I'll tell you, this is weird. So, what can I say? We're living in screwed up times right now. We have candidates who definitely want to take out democracy and put in their own theocracy, their own autocracy, and whatever kind of ocracies they want to throw at us, just because they say so. We should follow them because they say so. This is why I blame the voters. I blame the voters because they have to listen to people like this, and they agree with them. Why? That's a question I've been scratching my head on all this time. I don't know what the hell's going on with these people. Do I believe in democracy? Yes. Do I believe in wokeism? Nope. Well, actually, I don't know what the hell they mean by wokeism. Liberalism? Yeah. And they believe in socialism? Yeah, but that's for other videos that I've already done. I already said my political preferences and the reason why I like and what I don't like. Sometimes they're buried in the wind files. They're going to have to dig through them. Meanwhile, it's 5:10 in the morning, and we got to see if the world's falling apart just yet. So I have to tear things apart on my own laptop here just to make sure I've got things going. Because if I don't, I do not know what's going to happen with the rest of the world.